Question: what's the best way to work with a distressed seller? I'm SandiWarner with Warner Realty Group. A distressed seller is generally someone who is behind on their mortgage or needs to sell a property or thinks they need to sell a property due to a financial constraint of some kind. That could be that they can't afford their mortgage, or it could be that the house now needs some type of work that this seller can't afford to do. So, as real estate agents, particularly in a market shift that we're experiencing right now, a big part of our job, probably 70-80% of our job, is finding the business. And one source of business or one lead pillar can be distressed sellers. So what's the best way to work with a distressed seller? The first thing you want to do is have a basic script in mind. This is something you could do. A lot of people are very resistant to scripts because you don't want to sound like you're reading. A script might not be written in your voice. You don't want to sound disingenuous or insincere. You want to be yourself. The benefit of learning a script is it allows you to remember very easily what are the series of questions you have to know or you have to get answered during this phone call with a distressed seller. It's a little bit different. Like I think most of us know an LP Mama script for when we're working with a buyer, but when you're working with a seller, there's a couple things you need to find out, and having a script in mind that you've practiced with yourself or someone else in your office or, a referral group will help you stay on track in a conversation, because sometimes a distressed seller has so much weight on their shoulders that you end up with this long rambling conversation and they need to talk to you. So it's important that you have a tool at your disposal that lets you both listen to them and stay on track long enough to get the answers to the questions. The second thing you want to do, and probably if you're in sales, you're going to do this pretty easily, is you want to establish a connection. Don't just jump into offering to sell their home if they're calling you and asking for advice on what they should do in whatever scenario they're in. Number one, you don't know that selling the home is the way to fix it. And number two, if you haven't established a connection with them, why would they have you sell it? You want to have a conversation. Find out where they're at. What is going on? What is causing them to be in this distressed position that is making them think about selling the home? Doing this, listening to them, helps show them that you are truly interested in what their needs are. And the flip side of that is, if you truly know what the needs are, you can do your job 100% better. The third thing to bear in mind, ears open, mouth closed. Ask questions. Find out what's going on. If they're in a distressed position, they probably have the weight of the world on their shoulders. They could be afraid of losing their home. They could be embarrassed. They could be in fear of not being able to pay a medical bill. They could be afraid you think they're stupid. Listen to what is going on. Let them talk about what's happening. As you're listening, go back to item number one, which was have a script, which will keep you on track for asking the right questions. Pay attention and listen well. I hope this is helpful to you. I hope you get lots of business by listening to some distressed sellers, and that you can make a difference in your community by people who need your help. I'm SandiWarner with Warner Realty Group, making the complex simple.